Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Good, I'm glad. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about multiplication. This is just going to be you and I talking about multiplication, doing the regular math facts. We may not do all the problems, we might do some of them. It's just I want to be able to see how your brain is working to figure these out. Okay? And there's no right or wrong way to figure it out. If you want to use fingers, if you want to count out loud, whatever you want, totally fine. Okay? All right. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take notes so I can look back at it afterwards and figure out how I can help you get even better at math.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Okay. So you get the printout there in front of you. We're going to go down that first column and then the next column, but we may not do all of them. So let's begin with the 0 times the 4. What's the answer to that?
0.
And 1 times 2?
2.
And the 10 times 7?
10 times 7 is 70.
5 times 3?
Oh, 15.
How about the 2 times 6?
12.
4 times 8?
32.
And how about the top of the next column, the 8 times 6? What's that?
64.
And the next one, 3 times 9?
27.
And 6 times 7?
42.
All right. Now I'm going to go to part 2 now, where here's where I want to really have a conversation about you and find out what's happening in your brain to figure these out. Okay. So I'm going to give you some different problems that are not on that sheet to kind of probe and see what you're thinking. I want you to share everything about your thinking with me. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back to the beginning and talk about some problems and how you solve them. So let's start with when we do, let's do a 5 times 0. What is that?
That's 0.
And 0 times 7?
0.
So what's happening when you multiply numbers by a 0?
What happens is, if I think of it as if you have no groups and you put them put 7 in each, you get 0. So I and then once I got really used to that, I know it's 0.
Gotcha. Okay. How about 1 times 3?
3.
10 times 1?
10.
So what's happening when you multiply by a 1?
I know there's one group of that if in that number, the next number, and so I know it's gonna be 10.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alrighty. How about 10 times 8? What's that?
10 times 8 is 80.
And 5 times 10?
5 times 10 is 50.
All right. So what's happening when you multiply by a 10?
When you multiply by a 10, I think of it as you have 5 tens, and if you have 5 tens, it's 50.
Gotcha. Alrighty. How about 5 times 7? What's that?
No, 35.
Okay. What was your thinking? What went on in your brain?
I use a strategy of the hand, and each is 5, and this is 25. So if I add 2 more, it's gonna be 35.
Gotcha. All right. How about 5 times 9?
45.
Ooh, tell me how you figured that one out.
25 and 25's 50, minus another 5 would be 45.
All righty. How about 2 times 4?
2 times 4 is 8.
2 times 8?
16.
2 times 7?
14.
2 times 9?
18.
Okay. What kind of facts are those? Do you know any word we use to describe those kinds of facts? Multiplying by a 2?
Double facts.
All right. What is 4 times 6?
24.
Tell me you're thinking. What did you just do there?
I split my 4 into 2, and I know 6 times 2 is 12, and then another 6 times 2 is 12, and 12 and 12 is 24.
Gotcha. Okay. How about if I asked you 7 times 4?
28.
Tell me you're thinking. What did you just think?
I split the 4 into 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I did 2 times 7, 2 times 7, and then added both of the answers to make
Okay.
28.
How about, let's see, how about 8 times 5?
40.
What you thinking?
The hand strategy.
Okay. How about if I asked you 8 times 9? There's no rush.
So 4 times 9 is 20. No, 4 times 9 would be 30. 18, 18. It's 20. Nope, that would be 30. 30, 38. And then 38 plus 38 would be 60. 60. Nope, 72.
Thank you for doing all that thinking out loud.
Yeah.
I could follow the thinking. I could follow what you were doing to figure it out.
I was trying to split the 8 into the 4.
Gotcha.
But then I'm like, what's the 4? I know times 3 is 27. So if I add one more, and I'm like,
Right. No, but that's good. That's great thinking, Natalie. I think that's awesome. How about, what is a 3 times 6?
18.
Tell me you're thinking.
I know 2 times 6 is 12, and if I add one more 6, like 1 times 6, it equals 18.
So did you have to do that math in your head, or did you know it was 18?
I kind of knew it was kind of 18. I just to explain.
Yeah, I love that explanation. That's so fantastic. How about if I asked you 6 times 6?
That'd be 35.
Okay, tell me you're thinking.
I'm gonna split that 6 into 3 and 3, and I know 18 plus 18. And I know 3 times 6 is 18. So, and then 18 and 18 would be 35.
Great.
No, 36.
Okay. You know, that's really helpful. That's when your brain self-corrects. That's when your brain says something seems a little weird. Maybe I can fix it. That's when your brain is really learning a lot. So I love that.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
It's
right. I love it.
one more.
That's awesome. How about 9 times 7? How would you figure that out?
9 times 7. I'd probably split that 9 into a 5 and a 4, and the 5 times 5
So it's
times
times 7.
5 times 7 would be 35. And then if you did 4 times 7, it'd be 4 times 7 would be 28. So if I add those together, 35 and 28 would be 50. 60. 58, 63.
There you go. Super. Do you enjoy math?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I love it.
Were there any of those problems in front of you today that you found really easy? So the
Yeah,
ones like on the
um,
paper, the paper one in front of you.
yeah, the 0 times 4, 1 times 2, 5 times 3, 10 times 7, almost all of them, almost.
Really,
Some of them are like, ooh,
even on the
ooh,
second
I'll
column
be,
as well? Even on the other column as well? Nice. So did any of them seem tricky to you at all?
um, just a couple. I don't
Which
think
ones?
a lot though.
So which ones? Take a look for a second. Find me one that looks a
Um,
little tricky to you.
9 times 6, I, I think 8, 7 times 8, 9 times 6, and 6 times 7, 8 and 8, maybe. I know 8 times 6.
Okay, there you go. When you are in math class and you get stuck, what kind of things do you do?
I think of some things like if I use some strategies. Like if it's like the 5, I know I can use a hand. If it's
Mm,
the 8, I can use 4, decompose it. I use a couple strategies, but
nice,
not
fantastic.
every single one to try
Okay,
on just one problem.
okay. Thank you so much, Natalie. I really appreciate you spending time today and allowing me to chat and peek into your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Great. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.